What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Zaya Show. Today, I'm here with the one and only Michelle from It's the Michelle Show and also Funny Girl. Say
Hey,
hey.
hey, thank you so much for having me as always.
Of course, I got to bring you back, girl, because 2023, girl, I love your vibe. So you come in with me. Okay, per. And also, guys, the Zaya fam, can we just talk about like this background? Like for Michelle, girl, because she eating the girls. Also, can we talk about how we doing video?
I mean, oh my God, you remember our first? It was like Anchor, no
Yes.
video,
It
no
was like no
nothing.
video, like you couldn't see our faces, and it was like during the winter, but it's spring and I'm wearing yellow. I love
I love
yellow because last minute I was like, I know I want to do blue aesthetic, but I want to do yellow since it's spring and it's more poppy. So we gonna do yellow, period.
it.
So Michelle, first of all, since then, how has your podcast evolved? Because I know you've been doing a lot, girl. You've been working with a lot of people, and I just been watching your moves in silence, and I'm like, yes, mama, yes. So how have your podcast grew since we last talked?
It's grown a lot. It's so crazy because I think back to that time and we were just starting off. Like
For
we were
real.
right, like we were on Anchor. Our audio was all messed up.
It was okay.
We had crazy background. I didn't have none of this back here, I'll tell you that.
Right.
But it's definitely grown so much. I've done so many collaborations, so many people I've met, and I'm actually now getting used to the fact of just, spreading the word out to, not only to my community, but like people I work with, because, you kind of shelter your
Right.
podcast a little bit. So it definitely has grown a lot.
Exactly. And for me, at this time of the recording, it's going to be already announced. So, Michelle, you're going to have a first reaction. So, season six. So, I am graduating in May, of course, which I am so ecstatic about. And I'm just like ready to move on. And most likely, season six will be the last season of the Zaya show. However, it doesn't mean I'm going away, sweetie. I'm not going away. I am also working on other things within a podcast community. So
Okay.
end of an era, and it's gonna be more popping, just letting y'all know. So relax, people in the comments and everybody, because I've been thinking about it because I was like, okay, like this aesthetic, it was like a special moment. I feel like podcasts really create memories, and I was like, I just want to keep it like within the college era, and
Right.
then just create something totally new with all the experience that I grew from, and then make it 10 times better. But I'll still be here.
Yeah.
I'll still be here.
Big things, but you're
Yes.
always, I've been watching you too, babe. And listen, you're doing big things. You're acting, just the new series you got going on. You
Yeah.
are doing great things. So I am so proud of you.
Thank
I don't need to tell
you.
you that. You know that already.
Thank you. Because a lot of people was like, are you going to be leaving? I was like, girl, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Don't think I work my way up here. Podcasting is a
Right.
longevity game. When you finally make it to a part where we are, where we actually enjoying it and we feeling more creative and we're getting the audio understanding, it's hard to just let that go. It's really just hard because we not going to let all that, that struggle, that grind and just like go to waste because I be damn.
You work too hard.
Work too hard. Speaking of working too hard, what is your New Year's resolution for this year?
I cannot tell you. I don't even know. I actually did an episode on New Year's resolutions, and I'm just like,
Yes.
oh, to me it's just such BS sometimes because I'm like, listen, I could set a goal now and completely forget about it in like 2 weeks. Um, but I think my resolution on a serious note is definitely to just focus more on the podcast. Right now, I'm working full time, which I wasn't when I first started.
Yes.
It's Michelle, but I definitely want to just make sure that I'm as creative as I want to be. And listen, since January, like the ideas have just been flowing, and I'm trying
I
very hard
seen
not
you,
to have that
girl.
block because you know
It's
what
so
happens.
hard because
You have a whole week of a good idea, and then the following week you're like, damn, what am I going to talk about? I have
for
no idea.
real.
I'm stuck. So that's really my goal to just keep that going.
Keep pushing, keep grinding. You know you got it, girl. And also, like I know you say focus on one podcast, but you also started a whole nother one. I was like, okay, girl, because funny girls, let's talk about it. Because everybody knows you from the It's Michelle. And I love funny girls too. I like both, but funny girls just add like more. I guess it's because it's with another person that it
Right.
adds more comedic
Zhuzh.
timing.
It's more
Just
zhuzh.
so how did the idea for funny girls come about?
So I did an episode with Jay a while back, And I really liked her energy and her vibe. And I'm a person like I don't like to offend others. Like I say what I
Right.
gotta say, but I'm very conscious about others' feelings.
Yeah.
So when I met her, I was like, shit, because I love, I do like comedy. I like being funny. I like being sarcastic. And I do have some type of sense of dark humor. So when
Right.
I experienced that with her, I was like, okay, I do have an idea that's kind of, popping up. And she loves comedy just as much. And her comedy is very different. So I felt like it was great to have like that black and white, like that
Hmm.
juxtaposition between her being like nice and, being from Egypt, and then me being rough from New York with that dark humor. So it's like, I think we
Right.
got something here. And she loves to write. She's a poet, she's an author. So I said, you know what? Let's just make it very creative. Like that's one of the moments where I was really, really being creative. And I said,
Right.
instead of it just being like regular episodes where we talk, let's just make it into like little skits. Let's do something really creative and funny.
Right.
So that's really just a time where we could just be wild. So I
Right.
really do. That's really how it came about. Cause I was like, I think I've reached a level where I need to change the podcast up just a little bit. And that was it. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like as podcasters, this is like the ones that we don't talk about because you always talk about like how you're gonna start it. And then it's like once you start, it's gonna get monetized and you're gonna get brands and you're gonna do this. And it's like they don't talk about like the middle part of when you are just like, I already did this. What more can I do? Like after season 5, I
Right.
was like, okay, I did the queer, I did this, I did that. What can I do for season 6? And I was just like in a bubble where I was just like, I'm stuck. And then once I realized, like, wait, I could just have my friends on and it'll be more raw and authentic and have everybody that I be vibing with on it because they'll add a new flair. So it's always like trying to find something new and not want to repeat because I'm one of those. I'm like, once I do something, I don't want to do it again, except if unless if it's a good vibe, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, who cares? Like we all here for good vibe. And I love that the podcast community is growing and you see new podcasters come in, you see some old heads, come in and out. And we love you, old heads. We love
Yes, we
you, old
do.
heads. Yes, we do. Because
Right. Right.
I'd be like,
Right.
so who's your favorite podcaster?
Okay. Other than you,
Of course, other than you two.
other than you, honestly, I don't know. I like to listen to everybody. Everybody's really individualistic. Everybody's very different. Like
Right.
I'll listen to your podcast and then I'll go and I'll listen to somebody else's podcast and it's completely different. Their guests are different, their tone is different. And I do like that individuality because I feel like
Hmm.
there's a difference. I'm not just watching one thing over and over. Nobody's trying to be the same as
Exactly.
the last person. And that's one thing that really scared me when I first started podcasting. I'm like, well, what if people try to like copy my style or whatever? Or like,
Mm.
because that's always hard
They
because you're
can't
trying to
copy
be.
you, girl. It's gonna be
um,
too hard to copy.
Thank you, babe. But listen, I say the same thing about you. I'm like, yes, with your pictures. And I told you that from the beginning with your
For
pictures,
real.
everything, everything. You're just so different, so lively. And that's what I love. You are literally yellow is your color because you are a ray of sunshine, babe. So
Speaking of that, I'm getting my first
definitely.
tattoo as well. And it's
Oh,
gonna be the sun. What a coincidence. I'll
oh,
record it. I'm gonna record it so that
I was
way
gonna
everybody,
say.
yeah, everybody's gonna see it.
But yeah, that's definitely what, it's to me, everybody is so different in podcasting, and I really, really enjoy that. So,
Me too. For my favorite podcasters, I kind of dabble with so many at a
right.
time, especially during winter break. I was listening to several different podcasters that I never heard, like the Archie podcast. I love it was like, Black queer. I was like, okay, per
Okay.
you, because honey, like it's Michelle, because girl, like I'm not gonna lie, because when I was working in the summer, honey, your podcast was the one that made me laugh while working with children. So
Oh,
thank you. Thank you for giving me my adult humor. And
yes.
also the Gentleman Up podcast, like
Yes.
like there's a reason why he's number one, people. There's a reason why. And then as
Absolutely.
well, Real Talk with Tim, bomb. Like,
Same.
like I be in pillow talk with the team. Like there's certain
Same.
people that I keep on repeat, and those are the main ones that I keep on repeat. And then
Mhm.
of course, like if I see like I'm just starting to get into Soul Talk because you came on the podcast
Yeah,
before, I like to listen to people before I want to record with them
of
because I
course.
want to know your material.
Yes, as you
Because
should.
it'll be weird if I'm like, oh yeah,
Mm,
it's a Michelle.
okay.
What's your intro?
So, I know, right? So, what are
Oh
your likes and
yeah, and
dislikes?
also This Is Life podcast. Love him since he first began. I was like, I'm
Yes.
just happy that everybody's winning. I'm just happy everybody's winning and everybody's still here. So those are
Right.
my favorites. So I know that it's too early in the new year to make predictions. But
Mhm.
I'm a predictor and I like to go back and be creepy about it and be like, yeah, I predicted it right. What's one thing that you think 2023 will have in store for the world?
I don't know. See, the way things are looking right now, listen, there's like I keep every time I open up social media, there's like these memes with the eggs and I'm just like every prices are so damn high. So I really don't know. I really do hope that it brings upon good change,
Right.
positive change. I mean, being from New York City, I'll tell you right now, the stuff that's happening out here definitely makes me very uncomfortable. I don't feel safe. And not even,
Yeah.
and I've been in this community for more than like 6 years. And for the first time, I want to say in a while, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to go in, go out, and not go out after a certain time. Like things are just very different.
Right.
And for us to be like the most expensive city in the entire world, I'm just like, how? But this, we just it's just so crazy how others view us and how we try to put ourselves in this pedestal. And I'm just like, NYC is a hot mess right now. So I'm hoping that it
Yeah.
brings just like positive change, safety. I hope things start to get, back to normal, hopefully. Cause I mean, if we talk politics, we got this inflation stuff going on. We got people trying to sell
Come
their house
on.
because they can't afford it. We got, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that us as podcasters, we just kind of continue. Just
Exactly.
continuity
And I
is that's
know, yeah, and I know for a lot of podcasters that it's hard to keep doing this. And it's like, you got to work your 9 to 5. You got to deal with the bills, the inflation. Trust me, baby, I know I'm a college student. So, it's just like at the point where you want to be creative and you're just like, well, if it's not making money, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, certain things are meant to be passion projects, certain things meant to be business.
that's
And, like for me as a podcaster, I like to create, I like to get words out, I like to help people. So I'm more the business route person, no pun intended. But for me, I'm just like the world needs to change, especially
I
these rent prices, baby. Because I'm trying to find an apartment. Like, how am I supposed to record if I'm like on the streets, baby?
I mean,
I mean,
you'll be the traveling
girl,
podcaster. You'll be the traveling podcaster. Like this is
Zaya
it.
Live. It's gonna be Zaya Live
Stay alive all
everywhere,
day.
all day, 50 states across the country. Where are we going? Where are we?
Right.
While you playing, I might do just get in a band.
Right.
Can I stay with y'all for the night? Yeah,
Of course,
let's do an
no problem. Come
episode.
on, let's go. Okay, let's do an episode at the same time.
So I think like it's just got it. Like 2023, these prices need to go down. So I don't care who the hell you are in politics. Please get these prices down for me
Honey,
before May
please.
13th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, because I need an apartment and I don't want
Need a
my
place to
bills
live.
too expensive. Okay, girl. Okay.
Ah.
And speaking of, like taking the next step and obviously everything like that, and I know a lot of people have been giving me like advice about like what to expect post grad because like I went to school during the pandemic, I went to school during a hurricane. Like I am the baddest girl in the world. Like
I was just gonna say.
y'all can't talk about 2023 class. No, baby. So what's the one advice you have for like me going post grad? Because I'm not probably going back for grad school because honey, I'm done. I'm mentally drained.
Honey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. And part of me wants to say it's not worth it, but I don't want to get the girlies,
Yeah,
mad out there to be like, well, I got, okay, fine. It was worth it for
okay, good
you.
for you.
Right.
Good
Good
for
for you,
you.
but we're drained. Kudos.
Kudos, baby. Kudos.
Let's see. It's just don't stop. If you and also, well, the number one, push
Hmm.
for a job that you really feel you're going to enjoy,
Hmm.
or push for whatever it is that you're looking for, but that you're really going to enjoy. Because one thing I did after school was like, okay, now that I did this, I got to find a job. I got to do this. And I was very
Right.
unhappy until I found what I was looking for. And I know it's easier said than done because maybe you got to pay bills,
For
but
real.
I just don't want you to feel like you're stuck in one place. And this is the same thing I tell my kids all the time because my daughter, well, my youngest she's 16, so she's about to graduate next year from high school. And I tell her all the time, if you're not ready
Wow.
for college, you can take a year off. I'm definitely not that mom. I'm
Thank
not
you.
mother to be like, you have to go right into college. No, 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 no,
Because
no.
it's gonna waste on your money.
Thank you. We're not about to do that.
Like,
Mother's telling you you can take a year off as long as you're doing something productive and you're kind of working towards whatever
Mhm.
goal that it is that you want. Because honestly, once you're done from school, we still got a lot of growing up to do. We still
For
trying to
real.
figure things out. So I just don't want you to rush into absolutely anything. Do what makes you feel
Period.
comfortable. Do, if you have to do little things, odd jobs, you got a podcast, you got to monetize to pay your
Right.
bills. Listen, this is a different era.
She said, "Listen, if you start releasing merch out of nowhere, we'll know why."
And I will, and I shall support.
And I shall support because, honey, oh my gosh, like I feel like for me, like school wise, most of my family are in education, and so it's like crazy to me that like like education people, it's like okay, keep going here because right after high school, I went to college. Like I didn't have like a summer. I went to college like 2 weeks after high school graduation because I was that fast. So really, like my mom was like, "You've been on the go, go, go." So you really gonna be like shook when you don't have to do an assignment and it's due at 11:59. Come on, mom's like, don't go for your master's. And everybody else in my family was like, you crazy. Like, why are you gonna tell him that? Da, da, da. And I was like, no, mother, thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Right.
you. She just like, I just want you to get your bachelor's, bare minimum. You decide whatever else because
Right.
at that point, you just want to drain yourself.
Right.
You just wanted to
Right.
drain yourself at
And
that
you're
point.
gonna be unhappy
And
because
you're gonna be
listen,
unhappy and exhausted and
you get that
mentally dead.
master, right? You get that master's. You got to try to look for master's money now, which means
Oh,
how many hours you're gonna have to put in, how many, like it just really changes your life. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So oh, okay, mama, I see you
See,
coming
thank you,
through.
mama. And also thank you to this podcast because dead ass when I went to my job interviews like last semester, they was just like, okay, you did this business wise, okay, but let's talk about the podcast because I'm very intrigued. And I was like, the podcast gets more attention as a job interview, so my
As it
podcast
should.
people put that podcast on your resume because dead
Yes.
ass we do too much to not make this worth something. 'Cause I'm like, if I do this for 2 years, yeah, I'm putting it on the resume, baby. I'm putting it on.
Listen, it's your
Period.
business. You started
It's
a
your
whole
business.
business.
Period. And you started a whole business too. Also, it would be such a cute idea for like a mommy and me type of podcast with your daughter. I'm gonna just throw that out there or episode. I'm gonna throw it out there, people.
I love that. You know what? She's such a faker. Like she's such a pretender. Cause I'm like, oh, we should do an up. She's like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm like, but it'll be so cute. You know what though? Teenagers, it's
Teenagers,
just
they
what
just want to be different.
right. So I'm pushing for it. It's so funny you said that because I'm pushing for it. I'm like, oh, just little things. Like we could talk about our feelings or something. Maybe some other
Right.
girls out there can
It's
listen.
authentic.
And she's just like, all right, I'll think about it. I'm like, girl,
Tell her a 22-year-old with a gay following support it. So that
like,
might help.
and she might just be like,
She said
okay.
22-year-old. Okay, bet. Like, yes.
Right. That's all she
Young.
needs to hear. Young, agile. That's all she needs to hear. Pretty. She's like, okay, fine.
Yes, girl. And so also I just want to say thank you again for supporting my podcast anniversary. And everybody is supportive and I just love the podcast community. So you already know y'all gonna have special seats at graduation virtually. So
Oh,
yeah, darling. Yes. And
that's so
so
exciting.
speaking, because I know last time I came on your podcast, I think that was the last time we talked about Start Smiling. And I was
Yes.
like, how many just happy, like, like everything was vibing. Girl, there's so many updates, darling.
Really
I'm
good things,
single
I hope.
again. See, I
You,
love your facial expression. This is what we be
because we were
missing.
just talking. Girl, wait, we were just talking about that. Remember on the when we were talking about
Right.
smiling, you said you started podcasting and you were with your ex and you didn't want to,
Yeah.
and you had like a couple of episodes and your
Right.
ex was there. So you were like, oh, I don't want to bring it in my new relationship. And now you're single. Okay.
Right. Right. I mean, yes, talking people, but if it's not the official title, we don't,
Okay.
Because,
Okay. As it
honey,
should
I
be.
just love how the podcast, I'm just like, yeah, y'all could tell my dating history. Cause my friends like, isn't it funny like how, you were saying this? I was like, yeah, now it's like every other season. It's like together, single, together, single. And you know what? I love it. I
Oh,
love the chaos of it all.
and you're also 22, young,
22. So it's more
beautiful.
relatable.
Right.
More relatable. And honey, I'm just holding in all my college stories because I do work for the university. So I am waiting till that graduation test goes across so I can say everything that I want to say that really happens. Because all my
that
friends and I are like, we need to do an episode just roasting.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
And because that's definitely so I don't know if you remember, I was in nursing school and
Mhm.
that's why I always tell people, make sure you do something that's, worth it, where people aren't going to treat you like trash and all that stuff. And
Right.
nursing school was definitely it. So for a long time, I was like, I don't think I can talk about the experience I had, not as much. I don't want to name drop because I don't want nobody to get mad or come at me. So finally, I'm like, you know what? Fuck that school. I
Fuck
can
that
say
shit.
whatever I want. So that's why I can't
Exactly.
wait. I cannot wait till you graduate, baby, because I want to hear all them stories.
Girl, because honey, me and my friends were just like, yeah, we're gonna say it. They was like, Isaiah, you under contract, so wait till May 13th. I was like, or we could just record it before then, right before graduation when we're drunk and tipsy, and then we don't release it till like June or July. And be like, okay,
Absolutely.
throwback.
drunken episode.
Drunken episode. Oh my gosh, Zaya drinks. Yes, Zaya drinks.
Yes,
Speaking of
they are.
drinking, so I just had my 22nd birthday and I got into this debate with my friend, well, with my friends
Okay.
about which drink I should drink on my 22nd birthday because I love sex on the beach. Okay. I love
Okay.
sex on the beach. I love my margaritas. Tequila, she is that girl that gonna make me go to Islaya, and Islaya is gonna be real drunk and real crazy. So I was like, for my 21st birthday, of course, you go hard, you go big or go home.
Right.
22nd birthday, I was like, I just want like a light, fruity drink. And my friend's like, girl, you gotta go harder than that. I was like, girl, my alcohol tolerance is strong. Like, yes, girl, but honey, I don't want to be wasted on my 22nd birthday. Is that like nobody talks about celebrating after 21 because 21, 25, and 30 gets the glory. And then 22 through 24 is like, yeah, we're gonna drink a little.
Right.
Happy
You're gonna drink a little
birthday.
bit. You want to remember it, right?
I
You
want
want
to
to
remember
remember
it.
what happened. You don't want to wake up the next morning feeling nasty, groggy. You still, if you want to go to
Exactly.
brunch, you want to go to brunch the next day. You want
Exactly.
to drink some more during brunch. So I agree. You don't have to get
Exactly.
wasted and blasted. I mean,
Right.
my 22nd birthday, I don't remember it, but don't make the same mistakes I did.
Well, too late. It's now my 22nd birthday. Like Halloween, I was wasted. Like, I don't remember Halloween at all. Like, Halloween was real crazy and I loved it. But I definitely want to do for my 23rd birthday. I know it's so early, but I'm planning, like, especially since my birthday is in a new year and like I don't have
Right.
to be working for university at that point, hopefully. I will be able to celebrate through a whole weekend. And
Right.
so I was saying, like, oh, like it's gonna be my 23rd birthday. I love Jordans. Don't get me messed up. I'm a sneakerhead too. Just because
Okay.
I wear this makeup doesn't mean I'm a sneaker.
Thank you.
Some people be thinking like, oh, Zaya just want to wear heels. No, baby, I wear sneakers. I wear
Okay.
sneakers and boots and
Right.
Timberlands. Okay, like,
Oof, he pulled out the Timbs, baby.
like, where's the Timbs? Where's the Timbs? I gotta show it because people
They got you all messed up if they
they
don't
got me
think
all
they
messed
stomped
up. Y'all
somebody
thought
out
y'all
with
knew
some
me.
Timbs.
But besides that, so I was thinking like, doing some Jordans and then also doing like a cute blazer outfit and go to brunch, like drag queen style, like
That's
hopefully like
so
in
much
somewhere
fun.
else. Like I'm already mentally planning. But yeah, but for graduation outfit, I'm just like go big or go home. Like I really want it to be blinged out, honey. Like I feel
Yes.
like all the cords gonna be around my neck. But yes, girl.
Yes, as you should.
Period. So, what is the one guest that you want to have on? Like, since you have two podcasts now, which guest would you like to have on for, I guess, each one?
Well, definitely you. And it's so fun. I do have that because I have a whole bunch of notes on the side.
Yeah.
And I have your name. I have Soul Touch's name on there because
Yes.
he's really
He's
funny.
dope.
He's just so cool, so laid back, so down to
Right.
earth. His writing is so awesome. He's a
For
great
real.
poet. Like he's very creative.
Very
And then,
creative.
right. And then he has such a serious job. He's in the army. So, and then you
He
see
is in the
the
army?
difference.
I
Yeah. So
didn't know that.
you see that difference where it's like you have his army life and then you have
Right.
his poet, writer, author, funny guy life. And I really do
And I
enjoy that.
love it.
And that's what I love. But that's the same thing with you. You're so versatile. You do so many little things that I'm just
Right.
like, absolutely, we have so much to talk about. So definitely you, definitely Soul Toucher. I do have a couple other people in mind. Like I did, it's on our radar with Marlon and Marie. They're very, very
Right.
nice. They just had their baby, so congratulations to y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's why I haven't
congratulations.
right. So that's why I haven't been bothering them. But they have, they're from New York, so they definitely have very funny New York stories. So I
Hmm.
definitely definitely want that. And of course, my husband, because he's just, I mean,
Like,
he's
can we
always
talk about
down.
that? Like, I just love how you and your husband, like you and your husband hasn't done an episode, and I'm like, don't he have a podcast too? Like, I feel
Right. So,
like
so it's so funny. He had a podcast a while ago with
okay,
his friends during the pandemic, and then that kind of fizzled out. So then I
okay,
started my podcast, and he kind of, before I even thought about having guests or anything, he was always there. He's just such a rider. He's like, no, we'll do a
oh,
podcast, we'll do an episode together, and blah blah blah. So he's so funny. So I
y'all should
definitely
do
want
it
to
for
have him.
Valentine's Day.
And that so I don't know if you've heard, I do need surgery in my ankle and I'm trying to hold
Yes.
off. So I think right now I'm scheduled for the day right for the 13th, the day right before Valentine's Day. And I was like, okay, so all we're gonna do is record all day. And I said we should
Right.
definitely do like a Valentine's Day episode, like just to do something fun, do
It'll be
something
fun.
light, talk about the whole journey, all that stuff.
Oh, and you could have like champagne and drink, like while I'll have the setup and put
Right.
roses. Oh,
You
girl, yeah. Have the children serve you dinner.
right,
Like,
make us breakfast.
girl,
That'll be
don't get it
dope.
twisted.
Might have to do
Period.
something. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but for me, for the last season, I did go bigger with the names. Like, I definitely reached out to more content creators that probably don't know my name. So I reached out to AJ Gibson,
Okay.
Emmanuel, like like you never know. I reached
Okay.
out to a few drag queens because I love drag queens. I just
Yes.
like I was reaching out, baby. I was like, especially after this panel, girl, I'm reaching out, bitch. So and then that, obviously my friends are on it. Like
Of
it's more
course.
like intimate as
Mhm.
a sort. I'm bringing both the worlds in together. But for my new project, I'm doing Zaya's World, so it's gonna be a vlog series. So that's why I say y'all still gonna see my face. It's gonna be even better. So it's
Right.
gonna be more like day to life type of thing.
Okay.
And here and now and then I'll do interviews. So it really just up in the air who wants to do an interview at that point. But
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. It's so crazy this season. Like I don't know how many episodes I'm doing because at this point I'm just like anybody that wants to join this season, join. If you don't,
Right.
keep your negative energy over there. I'm not trying to make it 10 episodes limited special deuces. No, like we
Right.
gonna do as many
As many as you can, you're gonna roll them out.
roll them out.
So
Bing
you
bang
can't
bing.
no more. Right. Bing, bang, bing.
Bang,
Right.
bang, bang. Michelle, thank you so much for coming on to the Zaya show. Thank you,
Yes.
Zoom, for not being a bitch for once. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that, girl. Because
Shout
Zoom,
out to Zoom, I guess.
because we could use this sponsorship for both of them.
I mean, hello.
Hello, I'll take the money if I can, girl. I can take the money.
We gotta pay rent, baby. Okay.
Both of us got paid rent. Okay. Any last words you want to tell the Zay fam and also your wonderful audience?
Well, as always, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you
Of
as the
course.
podcaster and as the person. I am so proud of you. Congratulations on graduating and getting out of that shady school. Is about time. I can't wait for the stories though. Um, I just wish you nothing but the best, which I know is going to happen. I can't wait to see your face on the vlogs because I live for it, and I'm always here to support. I love you
Yes.
so much, babe, and it's real love over here. And also don't forget, follow your girl. It's Michelle on
Everything's in the link
yeah,
in the value
everything.
below, of course.
Thank you. Just and all that good stuff. Y'all know what to do.
I know what to do. Exactly. And Michelle, thank you so much for coming on. Like, thank you so much. Like, I just feel like this season, especially since I knew it was gonna be the last season, I just had to bring my girl back on. Cause I was like, this is one of the first people that I literally followed on Instagram with the Zaya show. We rose up together, baby. Like
Yes.
certain people, I'm just like, we rose up together. So
Yes.
it's just not gonna feel the same without you on it. But either
Oh,
way,
thank
regardless of
you.
the Zaya show revival or not, who knows what the future may hold, you always still gonna be on my podcast, regardless,
Thank
bitch. Okay, honey.
you.
Like I don't
Yes,
care if it's on
baby.
boys only. Like, okay, can we make an exception for Michelle? Or can I fly out to New York, girl? Like just surprise you on your footsteps. Be like, okay, we're doing Zaya live.
Right.
Surprise.
So you gonna stay over? Okay, I got you.
Exact surprise. That'll be a
Surprise.
cute idea. Podcast in the
Absolutely. Hey, knock on the door. Hey,
with the
girl.
wine bottles.
Let's get ready.
Exactly. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on to the Zaya Show, Michelle. And thank you so much, YouTube and everybody, because we are definitely going to be uploading this video. So if you're not watching it on video, what are you doing? Like, go on YouTube and watch it again and see our faces when we actually talking because, honey, we are beautiful and we are very facial expressive. So thank you to our audio listeners, but go to YouTube, boo. Okay.
Period.
Period. Thank you so much, Michelle. And I'll talk to you later.
Yes, love you.